Hi, welcome. This is A, part A. So make sure you are on form A or the questions will be different. Now here's your rectangle. It says that the rectangle is called BASE. Find the values of EA. So this diagonal is 5y plus 8. And this diagonal, the whole diagonal, is 7y plus 5. Now, we know with a rectangle, diagonals are equal. So hopefully you set these equal and solved. So I get 2y. I get 3. So my answer is 3 halves or 1.5. Okay, now some people got that right, but they left off, it says, now solve for the length of the diagonal. So we know the length of the diagonal, EA, is 5 times y plus 8. So we now know y is that or the decimal, 1.5. Either way would be fine, and you should get the same answer. So I get 15.5. Now, I'm hoping to get 15.5 for the other one as well, because, again, we said that they should be equal. So let's just double check. 7 times 3 halves plus 5, or 7 times 1.5 plus 5. Yep, and I get 15.5. So I've reconfirmed that my answer was right. Okay. Each diagonal is 15.5. Now it says a rhombus. So what's special about a rhombus is that rhombus's diagonals meet at 90. So angle 1 has to equal 90, angle 2 equals 90, angle 3 equals 90. End of story. Okay. But they also said angle 1 is 18x, angle 2 is 2x plus 6y, and angle 3 is 6z. So once these are set up, we're just going to do a little algebra. So z I can solve. It's just 90 divided by 6. I get 15. All right. X is pretty easy to solve. I do 90 divided by 18. I get 5. Okay. Now, I know what x is, so that's not a mystery. 2 times 5 plus 6y equal 90. So that's 10 plus 6y is 90. So I get 6y is 80. Okay, so be careful typing this in. Some people got the answer right, but they typed it in a calculator wrong. So I get the decimal 13.3 repeating, or if I reduce this fraction, 80, half of 80 is 40, right? 40 thirds. So I would take this fraction, or this decimal. Okay? So I'll just put this decimal up top because that was probably the most popular way to answer it. Okay, let's get to this next one. It says the rectangle TEAM. So TEAM. EM, so this diagonal is 2c plus 10. TA, this diagonal is 7c plus 3. And we know from the last one, diagonals are equal. So let's set these equal and solve. So C is equal to 7/5. I'd take that as a perfectly good answer. So C is equal to 7/5. Now, if you want to turn that into a decimal, that's fine. That is 1.4 exactly. Many people got that same answer. Now it says also solve for the length of diagonal. So some of you missed points because you forgot to finish the question. You weren't done. So 7 divided by 7/5 plus 3 should be the length of the diagonal. And many people would probably just plug in that decimal. So 7 times that decimal, because it's still in my calculator, plus 3, I get 12.8. Okay? You should also get the same, so each diagonal should, both of the diagonals should be 12.8. Awesome. Well, I've got more time, so I'm actually going to put objective C on here. So again, keep track. This is still the video for A. So your objective C is not going to match unless you are on part A. So it says a isosceles trapezoid, RAS, has base angles of R and S. So we know isosceles base angles are equal, R and S. So this looks like RAYS. Okay, so they're equal, and angle R is 17x plus 5, and angle S is 12x plus 15, and we know they're equal. So let's set them equal and solve. So x is 2. Now, if you got x is 2, I gave you partial credit, but it's actually asking find the measure of A. So let's get to work here. We also know isosceles are one set of parallel. Isosceles, well, just trapezoids in general have one set of parallel. So I've plugged in the number 2 here. Let's solve for what angle R actually is. So if I substitute in a 2 here, angle R is 17 times 2 plus 5. So that would be 34 plus 5, also known as 39 degrees. This one would also be 39 degrees. So how can we figure out this one? This is based on the same side interior angle theorem. Same side of the transversal, they're going to be supplementary. So this angle has to be 180 minus the 39. 141. So angle A is 141. This one would be 141. If you add up all those angles, you should get 360. So the measure of angle A is 141. Okay, 8. Some of you did really well on these kites. I'm very proud of this. A lot of you had the right setup sometimes. So this was X, right? This is Y. And one side of the kite is 6 more than 1 meter more than, 1 meter more than 6 times the other side. 1 meter more than 6 times the other side. We also know our perimeter is adding up all the sides. So we should be able to combine like terms. Okay, now let's take a look. This stuff, we know we can substitute in here, so let's do it. So y is 50 over 14. Not very pretty, but that's kind of what's been happening on this study guide this whole time. So if you turn this into a decimal, 50 divided by 14, you get 3.57, and the decimal keeps going. Now, could we plug this stuff back in? The answer would be absolutely. So x is equal to 6 times all this stuff times this, or the decimal, plus 1. So times 6 plus 1. I get x is equal to 22.43. Not exactly, though, so that's why I'm going to do. Okay, so length of the sides, x is 22.43, y is 3.57. Okay, now that one went pretty good. Let's do another just like it. We still have our kite, so same setup. One side of the kite is 2 feet less than 5 times the other side. And our perimeter should work out the same way. We should combine these, but now the perimeter is 72. So this can be substituted in here. 2 times this plus the 2y is equal to the 72. So 10y minus 4. So I get y is equal to 76 divided by 12. So that's 6.3 repeating. Let's substitute that back in now. So I have 5 times 6.3 repeating minus 2. That's my answer. 5 times 6.3 repeating, so times 5 minus 2 I get 29.6 repeating. Final answer. So again, I would take the fractions of these or the decimals. So x is 29.6 repeating, y is 6.3 repeating, and it doesn't matter which one you call x and y. So I would take both of those answers. Thanks for joining us.